Solving systems of linear equations. I feel like take 3. We've done a few of these videos, but I wanted to these are important and hard concepts. So let's go over the 3 graphs, the possibility. The lines cross, line 1 and line 2, maybe they cross and the answer is a point. Or you find out that you got an equation where the variables dropped out and you just had something false. Or maybe you're going to get to the point where the variables drop out and you have something true. In which case it would be that they're the same line. So which method should we use? Should we use substitution or substitution, question mark, or elimination, question mark? Well, remember, the way I pick, the way you should pick is looking at how it's set up. When one of the equations is already solved for one of the variables, like this one is, then you should use substitution. So I use substitution by taking whatever the y value is in one equation and plugging it in or substituting it in for the other equation. So I'm going to use a green box. What we're going to do is substitute the first equation into the second equation. This is solved for y, so I'm going to plug equation 1 into equation 2 where y is. So make a note to myself, equation 1 is getting plugged into equation 2. Now, let's see what that looks like. If I do negative x plus 4 times, now I'm going to plug in the equation 1/4 x equals 0. I'm then down to an equation with one variable. This is 4 over 1. 4 over 4 is 1. Negative x plus 1x is 0. 0, because negative x plus x is 0, equals 0. Now, this is different than the last problem because all the variables dropped out, but we ended up with a true statement. So now what we have is the third possibility. If you get a true statement and the variables are gone, what it implies is that you really had the same line. Now, you may have been able to see that by just rearranging, and that would be sufficient work. So give the grader something to grade. Don't just say what you think the answer is. There's no point, right? The work, how do you do that? You can either show the slopes are the same and the y-intercept is the same, or show by substitution that you get a true statement. So this implies they're the same line. And the answer then is the actual equation, y equals 1/4 x, because the question is, where did these lines overlap? Don't write all real numbers. That's not true. The answers are ordered pairs or a collection of ordered pairs. This is a collection of ordered pairs. And sometimes we'll write this as the set of all x comma y such that y is equal to 1/4 x. And that's kind of fancy talk, right? Like this says the same thing, but really the heart of the answer is right there. So this says, by the way, the answer is ordered pairs. It's not just singletons, it's ordered pairs. So the set of all x comma y such that bar is a such that, y equals 1/4 x. In some textbooks and people will write it that way. I like it with a bar. But truthfully, this is sufficient. So this is fancy. I'll box it in. You can do that, or you can do that. Okay, that's it for this one.